Oh, well, hello there. Gonna have a little reading of some photographic aphorisms that I came up with. I kind of feel like this is like a beatnik poetry reading or something. Since everybody was commenting on the art on my refrigerator here, I thought I would change it. So I put an exploded diagram of an Austrian Glock 17 up just for aesthetic's sake. Someone sent me a nice card. Isn't that pretty? Oh, it's so sweet. It's got a little owl on it. Anyway, want to see what you think of this list, and let me know where you fall on this. So anyway, here's some aphorisms that I wrote. A few of them are similar to things said by other people, but 95% of them are certainly original. Well, even the ones that aren't original are just a take on maybe things I've heard before. If they didn't need it 100 years ago to take pictures, then you don't need it now to take pictures. Let's be clear. It's you want it. Okay. Since two photographic images are far more about what one feels and is felt than what one sees and is seen, it's a novice's premise that images need to be well lit and sharp. Some of the strongest feelings are felt in total darkness. A photographic masterpiece is certainly no different. I always know an amateur's photographs because I look at them and never into them. All those who know how to use and appreciate the absence of light as much or more than the presence of light are those to be counted amongst the professionals who have mastered the secret of the image. Life is a damn great tragedy. Stop trying to whitewash reality with bokeh and Photoshop manipulation. If you didn't feel anything when you created the image, it's to be certain that nobody else will when they view same. The very worst photographs are sharp pictures taken by dull minds. Sharp technically. In other words, they're technically sharp. Start shooting what you feel, not what you see. Push fewer buttons. Use your brain more. The light is always true in photographs. Only the photographers are liars. When someone else asks me what my favorite lens is, sometimes I'll tell them that it's my mind with the appropriate focal length of glass to manifest the image inside. The amateur photographer looks for light to capture his image. The professional is equally and often more so interested in the absence of light to define the image. Absence is as powerful as presence because the mind requires both to define form, boundaries, and reality. A camera is a canvas upon which the inks of light are focused through the glass of the photographer's mind. One of my favorite ones is get your damn flash off your damn camera. Zoom with your feet and your mind, not your damn lens. Professional photographer carries and uses the camera as an afterthought to his or her mind. The professional can make a paradise look like hell and a hell look like paradise. Photography is the poetry of light. The professional is a wordsmith of illumination in its composition. The best camera and technology will make as many great images as the finest chisel and hammer will produce exquisite statues. Meaning none, of course. There has never been a professional photographer who trusts their camera to create good images. If you don't believe that, then you're off on the wrong track. Yeah, here's one of my funny ones. I always laugh when I read it, and I wrote it. An amateur uses his camera like a slot machine praying for a win. A professional uses his camera like a weapon while robbing a bank. So think about that one for a second, what it actually means. An amateur photographer uses his camera like a slot machine praying for a win. A professional uses his camera like a weapon while robbing a bank. I don't know if you get that one or not. For some people it's obvious, for some people it might be too subtle. The fear of flash photography is the biggest and most unnecessary irrational fear of photographers. It's enormous and has absolutely no basis in reality. Amateur photographers are always guilty of lacking intimacy in their images. Amateur photography is to literary pornography what professional photography is to actual sex. A camera is a tool used by professionals to show the depth that exists within their own mind's imagination and creativity. Capturing the moment rather than creating images is the biggest hindrance to advancing photographic skills. The camera itself is one of the biggest hindrances to the advancing of photographic skills, meaning those who place the camera between them and the image created are doomed to failure, inevitably so. Not permanently, but there are no untrue photographic images, only inept ones and masterful ones. A master hunter studies his prey to the level of identification. In other words, he identifies with his prey. A photographer who doesn't do the same as pertains light will never become a master. All light is an invisible ether perturbation. Nobody has ever seen light itself, only its posterior effects as it impacts upon phenomena in reflectance or capacitance upon the back of the eye. If you think about that statement and how profound it is, most people never think of in those sort of terms, but nobody has actually ever seen light itself. They only see illumination, which is the reflexive effect, not the cause. In other words, it's the attributional side of light, i.e. illumination. There are only three skillful photographic images: a self-mover, a prime mover, or a universal logos. Force in motion, inertia and acceleration, or transcendent identification derives all skilled photographic images, or imagery. There's no such thing as a digital photograph. Digital is a means of reception, transmission, and a storage medium. No one on Earth has ever seen a digital photograph. Humans have never sensed or experienced digital audio or video. They have no such capacity to do so. There is no orifice within the human body or consciousness that has any conception of digital audio or video or photography. It doesn't exist. Mother Nature and all of every creature that walks, craps, blinks, moves, eats, born, and dies only experiences analog sound and analog light. Okay? So if you ever think you've seen a digital photograph, you never have. No one ever has. The importance of that is actually profound. Superficially, it seems rather stupid and obvious, but it's actually important. A camera does not capture images. It's a translational device between the mind and that of light. Amateurs complain about bad lighting, while the professional is always ready to either manipulate what is present or create their own. Those who understand that their camera is a time machine and not a box to capture what is seen by the eyes are far further along the road to true photo-artistic comprehension. A photograph is the skillful, lifelike frozen taxidermy of light, a sculpture and poetry of the ineffable and invisible creature which is light, that only leaves footprints but can never be held. Amateurs hunt for wonderful images. Professionals hunt for wonderful light. Layering of light is the single most important aspect of professional photography after skills in composition and light manipulation. People that believe that expensive cameras make better images are like an idiot that thinks calculators produce better results than pencil and paper. I assume you get what that one means. And the last and final funny one. Blind squirrel and Rambo photography are two symptoms of douchebag photography. One assumes enough shots will produce a result. The other assumes that bracketing and spray and pray shooting will yield at least one good image out of 100 shots taken. So that's a small section of some of the photographic aphorisms that I've come up with over time. Hate it, like it, whatever. Anyway, I've been feeling about tired and worn out lately. Been burning the candle at both ends, and I'm sorry I'm not producing 5 videos a day the past few days, but that'll crank back up. I mean, the list is certainly not getting short. It only gets longer as far as the videos I need to make. There's countless images of, countless videos to be made on flash photography and other things. So, contest next week, giving away Siri monopod, excuse me. I always mispronounce that company with the extremely strange name. So, thanks for watching, and I'm going to go do some more editing and upload some of my extremely high budget videos. Extremely high budget videos I've been doing here, and I'll catch you peeps on the flip side, and by the flip side I suppose that means tomorrow. Okay?